Good evening, everybody. It's Loren Culp. Joining you live from Spokane, Washington. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Tonight, I have a special message. Tonight, our campaign had every intention of discussing why I withdrew from the Spokane County gubernatorial debate and then moved past this situation. However, several of our opponents, their supporters, and now the Spokane County Republican Party itself has seen fit to openly attack my campaign just a few hours ago. We need to give all of our supporters some context for our decision to withdraw my participation. From early on in the campaign, it became apparent that the political elite supported certain candidates over others. Our campaign, as recently as April of this year, respectfully requested that we be treated fairly. But as you will learn tonight, our campaign and your voices have been treated very unfairly. When I began this campaign in July of 2019, I committed to representing you, the citizen. This campaign hasn't ever been about ego or power or me. It's about we the people and representing the voices of those whose special interests, the political elite, and those in power try to ignore. In 2016, the president vowed to give America back to its citizens. And in 2020, I've made the same promise to you. Together, we will lead Washington's comeback, and we will send common sense back to Olympia. In March, my campaign manager received a phone call from someone who claimed to represent the party, but later revealed himself to be working for Phil Fortunato. This person, who we'll be revealing Monday, offered the full support and funding of the Republican leadership in this state if I would drop out of the governor's race and run for land commissioner. In April, this same person called my campaign manager and again left a voicemail asking us to partner with Phil Fortunato on a political attack on Joshua Freed in Bothell. On Monday, we will release this voicemail. Not only did we not want anything to do with this type of attack on Mr. Freed, we did not return the Fortunato campaign's phone call. We're committed to running a clean race here, and any criticism of our opponents will be fair and based on the facts, and the facts alone. The same day the call from the Fortunato campaign came in, a member of the Washington State Republican Party Executive Board filed a Freedom of Information request for very specific documents from my employer, from my personnel file. These same documents were used in the blackmail video that was put out earlier this month that I talked about a couple weeks ago. Monday, we will reveal the member of the executive board of the Republican Party and supply everyone with the supporting documents to back it up. In April and May, our campaign was attacked on our Facebook page by a vice chair of a county party claiming the Republican Party all support Joshua Freed. Freed himself joined the conversation on our page and thanked her for their support. We will release screenshots on these conversations as well. On May 10th, a video meant to blackmail me and force me out of the governor's race was published on several Facebook pages that openly support Phil Fortunato. This video contained documents specifically obtained in the executive board members' Freedom of Information Act request from my employer. This video was narrated by a former member of my staff in violation of her non-disclosure agreement, and her statements are completely false. I covered all that in my previous video. We will release the documentation, the signed non-disclosure agreement, screenshots of conversations, emails, and all supporting evidence to prove who was involved in this effort to blackmail me. Right after the video was released, my son and nephew received phone calls from Phil Fortunato's staff member, the same staff member who called in March and April, making the blackmail attempt. We will release the voicemail message of the actual blackmail attempt Monday. You will hear the evidence of a crime, evidence that is sitting on a prosecuting attorney's desk as we speak. So what does all this have to do with me not participating in the Spokane debate last night? Well, where there's smoke, there's fire. On Wednesday, it was requested of all the candidates to come to a practice for the Friday night debate. I showed up for that online, like everybody else was supposed to do. Phil Fortunato and another candidate didn't even show up. They had multiple microphone problems, camera problems. It was not professionally done at all. This is a race for the executive seat, the highest executive seat in the state of Washington. This is not kindergarten. This is not something that you practice. This is something that you get set up and get your camera squared away, get your microphone squared away, know how it's going to work, and then have the candidates come in and make sure that they have audio and sound. That was my problem with what they were doing. It was totally unprofessional. If you want to see how a professional debate or a forum is handled, go back and look at some of the videos on my Facebook page of the governor's forum that I attended with Jason Rantz as a host. That's how a governor's forum or a debate should be handled. So tonight, I stand by my decision not to participate in this forum, given everything that has gone on in this race and the bad actors involved. Some have said I'm not a fighter. That's a miscalculation on their part. I will not tolerate these type of attacks from anyone in an effort to silence your voice. I began this campaign because I want to give your state back, your freedoms back, your money back, and control over your government back to you, the people. Together, we will send common sense to Olympia, and together we will lead Washington's comeback. I don't care who doesn't want that. I don't care what party they belong to. I don't care what special interests they are interested in. My only special interest is the citizens of Washington State. Thank you for listening. God bless.